If you want to exchange wages, which is what the world gives us, for wealth, which is what God gives us, you're going to want to watch this entire video. It is going to change the game for how you operate in your business. Because right now you are pouring your energy into Instagram, but your sales are still only trickling in. And then you're frustrated because all the effort that you're putting out dies after 48 hours. I want you to really catch what I'm about to say. The work that you are doing is timeless, but you are still putting it on a short-lived platform. So in this video, I'm going to build the case for you to get started on YouTube or encourage you if you've already started building your channel, but you feel like things are growing a little bit slow. And I put the word slow in quotation marks because slow or something growing slow or fast is relative. That is a worldly construct. I first got started creating rehab and exercise programs for older adults. I had a monetized YouTube channel. It has over 2,000 subs on it and a couple hundred videos. And I remember when I was building that, I was so excited about the traction that was coming in, but it didn't happen overnight. And then I made a pivot into the network marketing industry with a health and wellness company. Health and wellness is something I'm super passionate about, and I still use this company's products every single day, and I still receive an income check every single month from the work that I've done. And when I made this pivot, people were like, how long are you going to do this online business thing for? And what I wanted to say was, how long are you going to stay at that job for? I didn't say that, but it's what I was thinking because I thought to myself, and do what? I was no longer feeling fulfilled as a physical therapist. It didn't become patient care anymore. It became about paperwork. And I just realized that God had a different assignment for me. He had a different mission, and being a physical therapist was just a stepping stone. It was part of the development of using my voice and speaking. I grew up with a terrible stutter. And it's so interesting that I got put into a profession where I had to speak to people. Crazy, right? I had to speak to people. And so I had to develop communication and articulation and being able to teach and explain complicated things about the body to people who were looking for healing and to feel better. And so I was in this pivot and I started to realize to myself, I'm just not happy anymore. And when I made this decision to step online, I didn't quite paint this entire picture that as I'm seeing it right now, so many years later. This was back in 2014, 2015. I didn't quite see the picture now, but I really encourage you to think about what's slow versus what's fast because we can't ever know what it's going to look like. But what we do know is that we are here with an assignment. And so what we're actually building right now is ourselves. We are becoming the kind of person that can hold the wealth that God wants to give us. And so I've got 7 reasons on how to build the case for YouTube. And I got my outline here because I'm so armored up with these 7 reasons and I don't want to miss a point at all. So let me just say this. This is not an anti-Instagram video. Instagram has a place. It has a way to still facilitate growth in our business. But you are not just creating content for a moment. You are creating content for a movement. So let's dive in. Number 1, you're building a body of work, not short-lived presence. Instagram favors moments. YouTube favors movements. And your content deserves to be in a library, not sitting on a feed. I remember creating for Instagram and putting out so much effort and just feeling like it was stifling my voice, like the area was too small. When my clients are often telling me how they start to feel like the work they're doing just isn't made for them anymore, whatever work they're doing in their job, I'm like, that's because you're a shark. You are a shark in a fishbowl. You have grown in expansion and capacity. As humans, we are made to grow. We are not still beings. We are made to grow and expand. And so you being the shark, you've expanded, but your environment is now too small. That's actually how I felt with my voice on Instagram. It felt small. And even though it's such a great place to really capture attention initially, it's not the place to hold the weight of your voice. It's not the place to hold the weight of God's assignment. So as I started to feel that Instagram was getting tight, I made the pivot into YouTube. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do so. And I realized that this is bigger than just creating some content. This is linked to legacy. This is linked to a bigger assignment, a purpose, a movement, a mission. Your voice is linked to that. You've got a calling. You've got people you're meant to serve. Your voice is meant to move people. And so if we're only focused on a short-lived platform, but when we have a timeless message, then we're going to not always be in alignment when we deliver things, because we're going to feel like something is off, because you have a growing and expanding voice, but Instagram is feeling tight. So when I made this pivot, everything even on Instagram felt easier to create because I had prioritized YouTube. I've prioritized my voice and my message on this platform, growing this, that now I repurpose bits and pieces of what I post here onto Instagram. So it's even made showing up on Instagram easier, but this is my primary place. So keep in mind, you're building a body of work. It's not just for a blip of a moment or a quick presence. This is a body of work. All right. So number 2, longevity over virality. Instagram stories dies in 24 hours. Feed posts live on for 48, maybe 72 hours if you're lucky. But YouTube videos, they live on forever because people can search them. There's a video that I made about a month and a half ago. It was how to survive as a small YouTube channel. And I think the thumbnail title says, "Don't quit." I made this video because I realized I had crossed over 100 videos. I think at the time it was like 55 or so long form and 40 something short form. But I'd crossed over 100 videos. And it's like, people probably would have stopped by now because they're focused on getting some result. They're focused on, oh, I don't have 500 subscribers yet, or I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. Well, how do you keep going? In that video, I give you 10 principles. But here's the beauty about this. Some people have been finding that video, making comments on it, and that has brought in some of my recent subscribers. But I made that video a month and a half ago, and people are still finding it. And so when you start to realize that this is about longevity, and your voice isn't just being made for a moment, but it's made for a movement, you're trading something that's short-term for something that's long-term, and we're building a body of work. So I'll put the link to that video down in the description so you can watch that next. All right, number 3 is YouTube is a search engine. Instagram is a scroll trap. There are different qualities of or characteristics of people that are on YouTube versus Instagram. People on YouTube are really looking for something specific, whereas people on Instagram are looking to escape. I want you to think about this for a second. When you are wanting an answer, you're not going to Instagram and typing in a question. You're going to YouTube and typing in a question, or you're going to Google and typing in a question, and guess what pops up? A YouTube video. As long as your SEO is all good, you are going to pop up. And so it's interesting. The other day I was looking for something to do on Canva, and I typed it in Google, and like 3 YouTube videos popped up. I didn't even have to click over to YouTube. The video popped up right here in frame, and I was able to click it and watch it, got what I wanted and needed. I got my answer. And then I actually clicked on the video. I thumbs it up and I made a comment. And then I looked, and the video was done like 6 years ago. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And part of the reason why I do that is because as another creator, I understand what it's like when someone finds your video, watches it. Yes, you're getting the views, but it's always great when you kind of have that proof, right? That, hey, people are still watching this. So I gave it a thumbs up and I made a comment, and I said, thank you so much. Because as a creator, I'm going to let this person know, hey, I got benefit. I got value. I got the answer I was looking for. Thank you for that. And I'm looking to allow that person to know that their value was received and people are still watching. And so it's like, we have to understand that this is a search engine. No one is searching a problem on Instagram. They're not searching how to solve that. And so the quality of people who end up buying and finding you are completely different. And the beauty about this is if you have your back end funnels set up properly, then you don't actually need to have 500 subscribers to make money. This channel was making me money. I think I had like maybe 50 something subscribers, but people were already finding me. And I had a strategy where I was using Instagram and YouTube. I was basically using YouTube to help facilitate answers that I was having DM conversations with people on Instagram and using my YouTube to leverage, and people would enroll into my coaching. Why? Because they spent time with me, which is one of the ones I'm going to cover next. They spent time with me on YouTube and they were like, oh, I jive with you. I like this vibe. You can really help me. And then they enrolled. So you don't actually need to be monetized with the channel in order to make money because you can use YouTube as a resource. So, I feel like I need to like slow down for a moment. I'm getting a little heavy here. Okay. The next one, number 4, is immersion creates conversion. This is something that one of my mentors always says, and I love this so much. And I've got some stats I'm going to share with you here because people watching you on YouTube increases trust almost immediately. Within the first 30 seconds, not even, within the first 10 seconds, even if someone doesn't have the best hook, you know automatically if you like that person or not. You know if you jive with that person. You know if that person has some good energy just based off of their vibe and their presence and the sound of their voice in the first couple of seconds. And so you get to build immediate trust with people in that way. When we are on a live on Instagram or even just like a 30 or 90-second reel, we get to hide behind the trends. It's not the same immersion. We get to hide behind a trend, but it doesn't mean that we're building this immediate trust, even if people are hearing our voice, because there's a trending audio, you might be doing a voiceover. It's like, it's just a different interaction. And so when you realize that immersion creates conversion, then you start to realize people are spending time with you here, where people are consuming you, whereas on Instagram, people are scrolling. Like the platform is made for scrolling. And yes, people are spending more time on there. It just ain't the same as YouTube. An 8-minute video, which I think is so cool, is the lowest amount of time that you want to create videos for. If you have a monetized channel and you want to put ads on it, 8 minutes is the like recommended number. Not that you can't have videos less than that, we just won't be able to put like an ad in the middle of it. But an 8-minute video can give a person so much on the other side of the screen. You can teach, you can entertain, you can tell stories. People can really get to know you in 8 minutes. But are people really watching you on Instagram for 8 minutes? After they see one reel, are they watching like however many reels it takes to get to consume you for 8 minutes? Probably not. So it's totally different. Here are the numbers I want to give you. These are not my numbers. This is something I got from Daniel Priestley. He is an amazing author. He wrote a book called The Key Person of Influence. I will post that book down in the description for you to check it out. Highly recommend that you read it. But he goes over some research by this guy who is a researcher of some kind named Dunbar. So Dunbar's numbers are 7, 11, and 4. 7, 11, 4. 7 is 7 hours. 11 is 11 interactions, and 4 is 4 platforms. So in order for someone to be remembered, 7, 11, 4, someone has to spend 7 hours with you, have 11 different interactions with you across 4 different platforms for you to be remembered. And I think the beauty about YouTube is that even though YouTube is only one platform, you can get your entire 7 hours on this one platform in a comfortable user experience. Here's the interesting thing about interactions. Even though it is just one platform, the interactions could be different because people can watch you while they are cooking dinner and they have you up on their TV or an iPad. You're working out or they are working out, they can have you in their ears. If they are driving, they could be listening. If they're on a walk, you're in their pocket and they're listening to your voice. So you can create multiple interactions with how that person is actually consuming you. So now there's different associations. People aren't scrolling Instagram like as they're driving. Well, I shouldn't say they aren't. They are, but they shouldn't be. Let's just say that, right? But people aren't scrolling Instagram to watch these 90-second reels to gain information on if you can help them or not, right? And so we have to keep in mind, what is the user experience? So these kinds of interactions really make someone feel like, man, you really know me. He actually describes and says this is what you call a parasocial relationship. So when we feel like we know a person because of all of the interactions that we've had with them. So we feel like we know a famous person because we see them in their movies. We listen to them on a podcast. We see them on Instagram and they've got videos up when they're at the Grammys or they have a product launch. It's like we see them in so many different arenas, we feel like we know that person because it's a parasocial relationship. So this is how you're actually going to use YouTube to lead people who aren't just interested in getting results. They are invested in getting results. This is how you're going to get higher quality buyers. Not that you can't get higher quality buyers from Instagram. It's totally doable. I have done it, but it is different when you have a YouTube channel where people can just binge you. The influx is a lot different. Okay, number five. I think number five is my favorite. I shouldn't say think. It really is my favorite. And I think it's more meaningful for me because I'm someone that grew up with a stutter. And if you would have told me I would have had a YouTube channel, I would have probably laughed in your face because the last thing I wanted to do was speak. There was a moment in high school where I had to say my name and introduce myself. I was at freshman high school orientation. And I remember like sitting on the grass, sweating bullets because it was almost my turn to say my name. And when my name came out, it was like shit, 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 shit. Like I couldn't even get it out. I could not even say Siobhan. And it was that moment that I learned that speaking leads to humiliation. And so what I love about YouTube is that, which is my number five reason, YouTube sharpens your voice. It sharpens your voice. Like saying that alone gives me chills because YouTube means you have to develop communication, you have to develop articulation, and you have to learn how to deliver and convey concepts and ideas and solutions, your insights, your wisdom. You've got to learn how to convey that in the marketplace so that it is received. It's cool that you're so smart. It's cool that you know how to serve people. It's cool that you have a wealth of knowledge. But we've got to be able to package that, put a bow on it, and deliver it to the audience so they see it as a gift. And they're like, wow, this is so good. We have to be able to deliver this for them. It's so essential. And so YouTube sharpens your voice in that way because it challenges you. It really pushes you and stretches you to show up, whether you're doing live or pre-recorded videos or what have you. I don't do any editing, I don't do any editing to my videos. See, this is not going to be edited out. It's just me showing up. So this is sharpening my ability to speak for longer periods of time, convey my idea, my concept that genuinely serves you because that's my heart is to genuinely serve you. I remember when I didn't have this information that I'm sharing with you now, when I didn't have it, how hard things were. And so that's part of my God-given assignment is to develop myself better and consistently improve on my delivery and my teaching. YouTube helps with that. And what's really cool about this is I'm asked to be on podcasts and guest speak in person or on someone else's like group coaching program. I've done master classes with other people. I get to do a whole bunch of things, but my voice is better because I've been sharpening it on YouTube. I've been practicing YouTube. I've been getting my ideas out there, articulating my voice better, working on my tone, working on my pitch, working on my pace, working on my interaction, allowing my voice to go high and low. It's like all a practice. Some of the best speakers in the world, which I've been studying right now, they have such good delivery with their voice. It literally is an instrument. We've got vocal cords, literally like cords on a guitar. And so everything out there where I am on other people's platforms, I'm better because I started here. So YouTube will sharpen your voice. What I love about this too is, and I wrote this note down because I wanted to make sure I said it, is the better your ability to think, the better your ability to speak, the more you'll be recognized in the marketplace. The better your ability to think, the better your ability to speak, the more you'll be recognized in the marketplace because it is your delivery that matters. It is not what you say, it is how you say it. And YouTube allows you to sharpen your voice to have that kind of delivery that makes you known in the marketplace because your voice alone is cutting through the noise. The clarity of your message is going to cut through the noise as well. All right, number 6, YouTube creates the Oprah effect. I think I'm telling on my age right here, but remember when people were running home to watch Oprah at like 4 p.m.? I don't know. I wasn't running home to watch Oprah at 4 p.m., but I remember people being like, Oprah on at 4 p.m. There was no DVR, DVD, replay, recording. There wasn't any of that. You had to be at home sitting in front of your TV and turning on Oprah for you to catch it. This isn't about whether you like her or not. None of that matters. She had an effect, which was you got to get home to watch it. When you are putting out your YouTube episodes, if you're putting it out at the exact same time on the exact same day, people will come like they're watching an episode and they're like, my favorite TV station is on. My favorite channel is on. I post every single Monday at 9 a.m. My mentor or one of my mentors posts, or I should say goes live every Monday at 10, every Thursday at 10. He's got a business channel and a YouTube channel. So he goes live on both of them. And he's there at 10 o'clock. There's people waiting in the comments to do that. I used to go live and then my internet wasn't really always supporting it and the audio was choppy. So if you've seen any of my earlier videos, then you're going to actually see that. That's why I stopped going live, but I still don't edit any of my videos. You can clearly see there is no editing. All the stutters are still there. If there is any, all of the bloopers, like you guys get to see all of that. So, and it also makes it really easy for me to get my content out there. So it creates that effect, right? So you want to start having that effect on people where you are basically making people wait. Like you're making people wait for your next episode where they can't wait to watch you. They're like, ooh, I know every time I leave work on Monday, I'm going to put on so-and-so's YouTube video because they dropped it at noon or they dropped it at 9. So I know I'm going to listen to so-and-so on the way home. What if that so-and-so is you? Right? It's you. They can't wait. On Instagram, you don't have that same effect. Number 7, drum roll, please. Number 7, your legacy requires a platform that preserves it. Your legacy requires a platform that preserves it. We want to look at YouTube to hold the weight of your voice, to hold the weight of your God-given assignment to be able to reach more people and allow your voice to grow into the marketplace where you can become more visible and more searchable. So we want to put your ideas and solutions into a legacy platform. We want to put your ideas and solutions on a platform that can hold it, that can hold the weight, that is here for longevity. And if you are somebody right now that is like, I really got to get started, get started. Get started. And if you're the other person that's like, I'm already started, but I'm getting discouraged, let this video encourage you. Your voice has legacy because that's what God wants to give to us. That is linked to wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. It is He that gives us the power to get wealth. And we exchange that for the world's wages. I'm doing that all day, every day. Drop it in the comments if you are doing that too. I trust this video blesses you and serves you. Which one of these is your like light bulb aha moment? It is so good. It is so good on this platform for you to build your business on. You will continue to get better. Drop in the comments which one was your biggest aha moment. Maybe you had more than one. Share that with us. If you haven't yet joined my Content Authority Blueprint Challenge, make sure you do that. It is coming up soon, and I will see you all in another video. Bye.